One common and most important question is when I want to go out and study outside my country, which country it should be? Welcome back, everyone. And today we are going to talk about just that. Frankly, there is no one right answer to that. In this video, I'm going to share my experience with you. Why I chose UK as my study destination. And maybe it will help you take your decision and process. One of the major conditions that I had in my mind was post-study work visa. I wanted to go for a place which allows me to work after completion of my course. Canada, Australia, they had post-study work visa to begin with. Uh, if I remember correctly, for courses that are above 18 months in Canada, and some similarly around 2 years for Australia. UK stopped its post study work visa long back, I think about 10 years back. And that's why in my initial search, UK was never there. On dwelling deeper, I even got to know that it has recently started its post study work visa. That is, you can work for 2 years post completion of your course. So that was one thing that attracted me. Earning was another thing that scored a point in UK. So as compared to Australia and Canada, since UK has 1 year master's degree, 1 year postgraduate, which is indeed equivalent to any of the courses in Canada and Australia, you start earning early. So it's 1 year of study and then 2 years of PSW as compared to 2 years of study and 2 years of PSW. Third point was financially more viable. Because it was 1 year study, the fee is less than 2 year courses in Australia and Canada. So UK was more financially viable for me. UK education, as per my experience, is very practical. In India, I've done my graduation. I've done my bachelor's in education, and it was all about cramming, mugging up, and writing in the exam. Here, I've been through 6 months of my studies, and it is completely different. You don't have to mug a thing. You can practically understand and implement your learning. The entire focus is on implementation, understanding and implementation. And this is the feedback that I got from people who were already studying here as well. Last but not the least, it is easier for you to bring your dependents in UK as compared to Canada and Australia. Canada, you cannot bring them for 6 months. You have to stay alone and then you can call your dependents. In Australia also, it's matter of chance. There are interviews. Whereas if you talk about UK, bringing your dependent is comparatively easier. They believe if you're coming for a course which is more than 6 months, I will also give you a link in the description where you can yourself go and see what are the requirements for a dependent visa. But they are very easy, some financial requirements and some of the requirements regarding your course duration. That is all. Whereas I've told you a lot of positives of studying in UK, but of course there are some drawbacks as well. You can say drawbacks or things that can hold you back from coming to this place. If you're looking for a long-term settlement, it is said that it is easier to get a settlement that is PR in Canada and Australia if you study from there as compared to UK. Because in UK, it takes at least 5 years for you to get ILR. Here it's called ILR, not PR. So it takes at least 5 years for you to qualify for an ILR. That too, if you have a sponsorship job, not any job, any regular job. It should be employed sponsored. Then only you are eligible for ILR. So that's one of the drawbacks. Cost of living is higher in UK as compared to Canada or Australia. Um, but I would say for this one that per hour work, what they give you for minimum wage that they give you for 1 hour, uh, if you work for 20 hours that you're applicable for in your visa, you can probably eat well. So I won't say that you will be able to pay your rents and eat and pay off your loans as well from your part-time job, but one of the things, you can either pay your rent or you can pay for your groceries, so you can manage some of your expenses if you do a part-time job. Additionally, your dependents are also eligible to work here, so they can work full-time apart from some specific jobs like of sportsman or entrepreneurship. There are very few criteria, specific criteria where they cannot work in. Otherwise, they can work for the full time. So that's another benefit. So in a way, cost of living can be handled. It is also said that getting a job is difficult in UK, but then I would say that's a chance that everyone takes when you move out of your comfort zone. You'll have to search for a job, settle in any of the countries you go for. You go for Canada, you go for Australia, and people might have different views on what I'm going to say now, but since Brexit, UK is really in need of people, and yes, it's not that difficult. You can definitely give it a try. That's all for today. It's a big video, but do go through all of it. The main points that I tried to cover today was as per my experience. I told you that I opted for UK because it's 1 year of study and 2 years of work visa. You have to spend financially, you have to spend less on your course fee since it's for 1 year. I've also told you that you can have a part-time, you can do a part-time work of 20 hours per week. You can bring in your dependents and they can work for the full time. Yes, of course, you will get your ILR only after 5 years of sponsorship job, which is a challenge here. Cost of living is comparatively higher. That will be all, and I'm going to see you in next video now.